1460 and 101.1 FM. It's 947, 13 minutes away from the top of the hour. You can join us on Facebook Live right now to get a shot of the very manly Josh Widdowson, who's with us this morning. Josh?
Thank you very much, Todd, for that introduction.
Good morning.
Good morning, Todd.
I haven't had much chance to talk to you because I sent you over to the courthouse to cover a proceeding over there, but you're back and just in time to talk about something that comes up that you actually hatched this a couple of years ago, Trivia Night for the Teddy Bear Fun Drive.
Mm-hmm. This is our 5th year for this.
Wow.
I can't believe it either, and I owe it to everybody out there who goes and participates in this for keeping this thing a very popular event for the Teddy Bear Fun Drive.
Yeah, well, it is a very popular event overall because Trivia Night's flourishing all throughout Indiana County and beyond. Folks really love Trivia Night, and they love this one.
They do. It's amazing, just the trivia community here in Indiana. You have people going from one place to another every night, just about during the week, to go to different trivia nights. So for them to say, let's interrupt their schedule, come over here to this trivia night and help out a great cause. That's really cool.
Which means it gets pretty competitive. You got some real pros coming, huh?
Yes. We do have a couple of champions coming back to defend their titles and defend their honor, if you will. We had a team, they were once known as Cash Bash a few years ago. Now they've kind of taken a pro wrestling turn. They call themselves different tag team organizations. So for this one, they're calling themselves the Ministry of Darkness.
The Ministry of Darkness.
Yeah, don't ask. It's a very spooky thing.
Quite scary.
But we do have Team Dilly Dilly returning as well. They're always a fun-loving team. Dilly Dilly. And yeah, exactly right. And we also have a lot of
sounds like they're in the hallway.
People out there. I'm trying to remember the one team. They call themselves the Uncanny Guess Men.
Oh, there you go.
After the X-Men comics. But it's amazing what team names will come up and the knowledge that these people can show.
All right, before we go any further, we need to give people the whens and the wheres.
Right, we're going to have our trivia night on March 6th, which is Friday night, not this coming Friday, but next, and it will be at the Indiana Eagles Lodge. Doors open at 6, and we start our game at 7 o'clock.
Now, you've already got teams signed up, but there's still a chance for folks to get in.
Always a chance. So you can log on to WCCSradio.com and click on the Teddy Bear Fun Drive Trivia Night banner. That'll take you to a page where you can register. We just need the team name, the team captain, and the other players on the team, and just some contact information. You're set.
And can they also walk up on that night and
They
enter?
They can, but we encourage people to register in advance for 2 reasons. One, we offer a $5 per person discount. It's $15 if you register in advance, and $20 if you decide the night of to take the challenge.
Okay.
Secondly, it also provides us with a kind of a good number, a base number as to how many chairs we need to set up over at the Eagles Club and how many tables we need.
Okay, there you go. Now, I know that when you do Trivia Night, you gather the information all year long. You use a lot of our 5 random facts and some other things to gather your questions and get yourself ready to go. And you make it into a fun evening. Is your Trivia Night different from some others? Do you do things differently?
It is different because of the fact that we are being a radio station and focusing on sound a lot of the time. I go with Andy Hart, and we put together sound clues for some of the questions. Like you'll hear a movie clip, and you'll be asked to identify the actors involved. Or we'll have one of my favorite sound things that we do is we simulate driving through the tunnel in Pittsburgh, and you have to fill in the missing lyric of the song that we're playing.
Okay.
So you'll hear the song to start with, and then you'll hear static, and then you'll hear the rest of the lyric at the end of it, so you got to fill in what's missing in between.
All right, do you have to time it out, right?
You don't have to time it out, you just have to write it out.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe you could not drive through a tunnel in Pittsburgh, but a covered bridge in Indiana County.
I think the radio signals gets through, at least over at Yarnix anyway.
Yeah, okay, all right. So it's a fun evening, and
It is.
there are a lot of different twists and turns through the night as well.
We have different sorts of rounds. I mean, we do have our standard, we ask the question, you give us an answer round. We also have what we call the intermission question, and that basically is a multiple answer question. It depends on how quickly you answer, depends on how much time you get at intermission to relax. And then we have a feature that we call this, that, or the other thing, which is breaking things down into 3 categories. One category, a second, or a third, and you have to determine what item I mentioned falls into what category.
Okay. All right.
And for that round, we actually offer up bonus points and the last survivor of that round, because we play with everybody in the crowd at that point. The last survivor gets a bonus prize for themselves.
All right. Josh Widdowson is with us this morning. We're talking about the Teddy Bear Fun Drive Trivia Night that Josh hatched, as I used the word a couple of minutes ago, hatched a few years ago. And it's coming up on March the 6th, which is a Friday. Do you make some of your questions sort of Indiana-centric?
I have in the past, and I do try to throw in a couple of Indiana trivia questions. Last year, I believe we mentioned Michael Ryan with the Altoona Curve. The first year, because it was a big anniversary for Indiana County, we tried to do one Indiana County question per round, but people got a little angry with me on that. But I do try to throw in a little bit of Indiana County history. Yeah. I call it just general knowledge. If you're an expert in one area, try to get a friend who's an expert in another area of trivia, and that's the best strategy you can employ.
Yeah, some teams, they do that. They come in with their strengths. We need someone to cover science over here. We need someone to cover history over there.
And social studies or whatever topics comes up.
Yeah, so they build their teams.
You'd be surprised that a lot of the teams that do use that strategy in our trivia night, because I'll talk with them afterwards and they'll say, "Yeah, I was their pop culture expert, and you got one that even stumped me."
Oh yeah,
yeah. So,
all right. So it's a good night. It's a lot of fun, and there's plenty of room for anybody that wants to come.
Yes, and I do want to say thank you in advance to the Eagles Club for letting us use their ballroom, because it's been a nice location. Always enough room for all of our teams, and we're hoping that we have a lot of teams sign up.
Yeah, we had Quota Club in here earlier this morning. Their event coming up on Thursday. That's at the Quota Club as well. This coming
the
Thursday.
Eagles. Wow, nice.
The Eagles Club, yeah.
Yeah, but the Eagles always been generous to us in donating the room. Plus, they are going to open up their snack bar as well for an additional cost. It'll go to the Eagles Club, but their snacks are usually pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so it's a lot of fun, and boys and girls, you can get in on it, play some trivia. And, for those teams or groups that have always wanted to do it but have not ever had the experience, they're invited to. Come out and have a good time.
It's a fun time, and really, there's nothing more fun than just being with your friends for a night and maybe making some new ones as you meet the other teams that are playing in the game. So it is a fun night, not just in the fact that you're competing, but you're going to get to meet some other people, and plus you're enjoying a good time with your friends.
Yeah, I hear that trivia nights are pretty addictive too.
They are. And I'm a self-professed addict.
Yeah, all right. There you go. That's coming up on March the 6th. Give the details again.
March 6th over at the Indiana Eagles Lodge. It is $15 a player per player in advance, $20 a player at the door. And for teams, you can have a maximum of 6 players on a team. You can register and get more information at WCCSradio.com.
Very good. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Hey, we're 5 minutes away from the top of the hour, and the Brian Kilmeade Show coming right up.